Welcome back again, YouTube. Coming to you again, Elijah's Auto Repair. We're installing the supercharger kit on the 2008 Chevy Silverado. I got quite a bit done so far. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna start bolting the intake manifold down, and then we can get that supercharger set right on top. I've got quite a bit of stuff done so far. I'm on page 18. I've already got the fuel injectors installed on the fuel rails. There's just quite a bit of things they want you to do before you actually install this manifold. It came with an MSD fuel programmer. I gotta do a tune on that. And it wanted me to put a little copper washer on the oil pressure sending unit, so we went ahead and did that. Now we're at the point where we could go ahead and install the manifold on. So let me go ahead and grab that and we'll get going. And I'll grab the bolts. Set this up here for now. Let me grab the bolts. We have to install some little copper washers on the oil pressure sending unit. That way it has enough clearance. So let me grab some bolts that they gave me. And okay. Go ahead and get this set on there for now, and then we can put the bolts on. Okay, now we're going to start installing the supercharger, the intake to the supercharger, the bottom piece for it. So let me get up here. See if I can get up here. Grab a little bit of oil. It wants me to put a little bit of oil on these seals, so let me grab a little bit of oil. Just gonna put a little bit of motor oil on these seals, that way they seal properly. If I could get this on there without too much problems here. Oh. this up and out of the way. Came with some bolts that are a little bit different. Not sure. So it came with some different bolts, which I'm gonna have to look into because those ones go on the fuel rail. Yeah. Pretty sure these ones go on the fuel rails. So let me grab the fuel rails. Because some of these bolts, it's got 4 bolts that hold the fuel rails down, and then the other 4 just they all hold the intake down, but he wants me to put the fuel rails now and then torque it all down. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me grab the fuel rails. Okay. So I already got the new injectors put on these fuel rails. We got the fittings on them. These are the holes that take those other bolts, because you can see they got the little bracket here, and you could tell that these other bolts go here. So we're going to go ahead and get this on now. We'll know which bolts go where. got some different bolts here. And as you can see, this bolt goes at an angle here, and these bolts are just flat. So the bolts that are going to go at the angle are going to be the ones that go on the rails. So we're going to go ahead and put those ones on the rails. These other bolts, all these other bolts are going to go Let me go run down and grab that other fuel injector, and then we can install this other side. Okay, we're back again. Now we're going to start that other side for the fuel injectors. And then we can put the actual supercharger on and start torquing that. So we'll go ahead and do that for now. Get a little oil. Side on the fuel injectors. When you put these in, you want to go down real slow. You want to do one each, and then go to the next one. Okay, looks like they're all in there. Now, we can go ahead and install these bolts. Which we have the tapered bolts. You can see the tapered bolts. Those are going to be the ones on the fuel injector rails. And then all the other bolts are just going to go right on the manifold. Now we're going to start torquing them down. sometimes you just gotta tap them down a little bit just to get past that gasket. Get them all started before I torque them. You never want to torque any bolts until you get them all at least started. Let me grab a smaller socket for the other ones. Probably gonna have to get an Allen wrench on this one because with this bracket, it's not allowing me to put this bracket in the way. It's not really allowing me to get my ratchet in there, which I'm not going to be able to get a torque wrench in there. So start torquing it from the center out. And we're going to start with the main bolts here, which is not the ones holding the fuel rail down. I'm going to torque them in a cross pattern. That way we we don't have no vacuum leaks or anything like that. Fuel rail bolts. It's not going to come down. A little bit tighten this one down. That line in the way there ain't giving me no room. Allens on the brackets. You don't want to tighten those until you got everything torqued down. You'll never get these fuel rails right. Go ahead and re-torque everything one more time just to really make sure. I'm gonna re-go and torque this with the torque wrench. Right now I'm just getting them all. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and take a break. It's about lunchtime. As soon as we come back, we'll go ahead and get the top put on, and we got to get all the coolant lines put on. We got to get the intercooler put on, which is probably gonna take another couple days to finish all this. There's quite a bit of stuff on here, but yeah, stay tuned. Elijah's Auto Repair, supercharger on Purple Speed Demon. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel.